world teeters on the escalating global trade war, a silver lining for the Philippines. Its recent removal from the dirty money gray list, seen as boosting investor confidence and financial stability. But Moody says continuous oversight is still called for to mitigate potential risks. Choon Chua is the head of the Financial Crime Practice Group for Asia Pacific and the Middle East at Moody's, and he joins us now live from Singapore. Good to see you, Choon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin. Pleasure to be here.
So did you see this coming, the Philippines exiting the gray list last month? Because before we exited, you gave a lot of guidance there.
This is something that we've all been hopeful for a long time. There's a lot of effort that was put in the last 4 years to improve, the standards and the quality of the AML, processes within the banking sector. So definitely something that we were hoping for to happen. And I think there's a lot of, I'll say, confidence in the banking sector right now that the effort has now been proven to be very effective.
I know it's a lot to be happy about given all the uncertainties we're facing overseas. What is your assessment then of the Philippines' anti-money laundering enforcement profile?
I think in the last 4 years, what we've seen is the banks have now taken a step into improving the technology, using technology and data to improve all the effectiveness within the anti-money laundering operations. So, this will definitely help to mitigate a lot of the crimes that surrounding anti-money laundering, right? We need to know that some of this dirty money, where it's coming from, is a lot of organized crime, and the gatekeepers to all these financial transactions are definitely the banks, and we've seen that they are now really improving their processes to look at some of these funds that's coming in and out from the organized crime. One thing to note, you cannot prevent this organized crime from trying to infiltrate the Philippines, right? But what you can do is to try to make sure that you keep as much of it out of the Philippines financial ecosystem as much as possible. And from the regulatory point of view, the outright ban on the POGOs is definitely a great start that we've seen, right? A lot of will coming from the Filipino government.
Right, I see, we hear you. I mean, the risk of the Philippines going in and out of the gray list, that's something we don't want. We've seen countries in the past do just that. So what exactly do we need to do to make sure that the structures are in place and that the follow-through is made?
The first step is definitely continuing the regulatory enforcement oversight effort from AMLC. We know that AMLC has been doing a lot of audits, thematic testings on the banks to make sure that all the banks upkeep their level and their standards. So this continuous effort needs to be there. I think also the continuous monitoring of the advancing threats coming from overseas by the government is important, right? So we've now seen the emergence, or rather I should say the re-emergence of scam centers, human trafficking that's happening around the region. I think then you have to continuous upkeep with countermeasures to make sure that your financial system and the whole economy is not adversely affected, and you need to have a policy in order to always upkeep with all these emerging threats that's coming out.
It's really sound advice that we need during this time of uncertainty. Thank you so much, Choon Chua of Moody's in Singapore, joining us live.